Hey, what's shaking, everybody? Welcome back to another installment of Jay's Straight Up Reviews and More. Today we're taking a look at a party speaker. This is the DOLPHIN SP-3112RBT. Now, why can't you just name it something simple like the Dolphin Retriever? Something that is easier to remember than a bunch of numbers and letters. But anyway, this is a kind of a larger style party speaker. It does have a telescopic handle, 12-inch woofer, and it comes with one microphone. So we're going to demonstrate that real quick before we get into it too far. Let me turn it on. Now, if you've already got it paired up to something, at least on my phone, it'll continue to start playing, depending on your app or what you're using. Here's the microphone. Like I said, it only comes with one. Let's check it out. All right, so this is the mic with echo turned completely off, no echo effect. I've got the mic turned up about not quite 3/4. You have to kind of turn the mic up a lot, because if you turn it down, that's 1/4 and you barely hear anything. So you kind of have to turn the mic up a little bit. Let's get some echo going. All right, that's about 2/3 echo. Let's go full echo. All right, that's 100% echo. So it does have echo effect, or you can turn it off if you don't prefer any, or you can run just a little bit. So we're going to take a closer look at this baby, see what it can do, and check out its features. Let's go. Alright, so first we'll go over what comes with the speaker as far as accessories and connections and cable stuff goes. Now, we already mentioned you get the wireless remote. It does take 2 AA batteries. Has a remote control that takes 2 AAA batteries, some Dolphin stickers. It has a RCA, left and right RCA, to a 3.5 millimeter cable. So if you wanted to hook this up to like a stereo or something like that. And it also has something that's kind of unusual. It has a cable to connect this to a battery. You get your positive and your negative clips to connect it to a battery. That's something you don't see in very many of these speakers. Now this has a, like I said, a 12-inch woofer and a tweeter that's horn loaded. So let's take a closer look at the speaker. Okay, so as I mentioned, 12-inch woofer, you've got some different light modes, and it also has a single tweeter. So this is a mono speaker. That appears to be a horn loaded tweeter, so the design of that. Now, the speaker itself, you can run 2 of these in TWS mode. It's running Bluetooth 5.1, so not the newest Bluetooth that's out there. And I didn't see anything listing the rated battery life. It just says long-lasting battery. So if I find that out or run it for a while, I'll give you an idea. Probably in the description I'll list that, or pin a comment to let you know the battery life. And it says it's 100 watt max power and 40 watt RMS. So 40 watts for something that's fairly big, that has a 12-inch woofer, that's kind of anemic power in my opinion. So you would assume something this size with a 12-inch woofer would probably have some pretty impressive bass. But we're going to check that out in just a little bit. But before we do, let's show you the controls and the connections. Alright, so up top here we have a slew of different controls and connections. You have pretty much every connection. You have SD card, you have a TF or micro SD card, USB, you have a mic input so you can run a second mic or a guitar input. Then you have an X-bass slider here, but this also has an onboard EQ. So you can set this, it's a 6-band EQ. You get a display right here, shows your battery life and what connection you're running. So there's a whole bunch of different controls and connections. You can't really go wrong with that. It's not really lacking anything. There's your mic volume and your master volume. And you also have your light modes, guitar volume, Bluetooth disconnect, and you can also change your echo from right there. So as you can see, a whole lot of options as far as controls go. Power wise, this thing charges with just a standard barrel type, what I call a barrel type figure 8 power cord, like you would find on the JBL Party Box, or yeah, the Party Box speakers, the JBL Boombox, Tribit, Stormbox Blast, connections like that. It's a very standard cable, so it doesn't use a proprietary charging brick like some of these do. Hit it. So let's back this thing up, back the camera up, and get a sound test on this baby and see what it can do. Okay, so before we get rolling, I will say this speaker has a weird kind of quirky like thing. the volume doesn't sync with your device. And if you turn the volume down on the speaker itself down very low, it gets more darker and muffled. So at very low volumes, it sounds like it's just cutting all the treble out for some reason. Then as you increase the volume gradually up a little bit, the treble comes back. It's very strange. I don't know. It's just kind of a quirky thing of a cheap Chinese speaker, I guess. But we're going to be using the EQ, onboard EQ from the last segment I showed you what the settings I had. I've got the treble boosted up some and the bass up a little bit. And I've got the bass boost slider in the middle at about mid. It tends to not have a huge effect. It does change it a little bit, but it's not a massive change. So put your headphones on if you have them. This will be a binaural test. Here we go. This is 33%. Let's go up to 40. %60. Change track. Go up to 80%. Track. Let's see what that 12-inch woofer can do, baby. 40 watts of power. And let's go up to 100% max volume. There you go. That's the Dolphin Retriever is what I'm gonna start calling it. The Dolphin Retriever. Dolphins are smart. They bring stuff back to you. Now I had, like I posted in the text up there when I started this segment, that's the ON large party speaker, second gen, sitting next to it. So this is definitely, it's a little taller, quite a bit wider, quite a bit deeper and heavier. So it's a bigger speaker than the ON. And I'll probably do the comparison of these two in the near future, since I guess they're not too far apart. I think the Dolphin, last I checked, was going for like 170, I think. And the ON, I think, is still 119. But the Dolphin, it just doesn't do anything good. I mean, you can hear that in the bass. When it's trying to hit the bass, it doesn't really have low bass capability. I gotta wait for my drop. Hit it. But it doesn't really have any low bass capability. I think they listed this down to 50 hertz. I'm not even sure it's doing that. And it just kind of has a kind of a hollow, flabby sound to it. It doesn't have good clarity, even with the treble. I've got the treble on that EQ pretty high, pretty close to max. If you go max, it'll start sounding kind of shrill. So it doesn't have a lot of clarity. It has a very narrow sound stage because you are dealing with a mono speaker. So you don't have a lot of separation. You don't have a lot of clarity. Doesn't really have strong bass. It's just kind of a mediocre speaker in all aspects, I guess you could say. Now it does have, like I said, all kinds of different controls and connections. You can use just about anything with this, you know, to listen to music besides Bluetooth. It does have the display. Has some little wheels on the back, but they're kind of skinny little wheels and they're close together, so they don't roll very good. But overall, it's just a kind of a blah speaker. If you've heard of Dolphin speakers, like I said, they make a ton of speakers. Dolphin probably makes more speakers than Soundcore does. If you go on Amazon and look on there, just type in Dolphin speaker. There's a whole bunch of these kind of party style speakers that they've come out with. This is a newer one. But yeah, I can't say that I would not totally recommend it, because if you could get it at a really good price for something like a garage speaker, or if you and your drunk buddies want to do some karaoke and you don't care about the sound quality, you know, but if you want something decent, yeah, you probably want to look elsewhere. I wouldn't say I would recommend this unless you just want something really cheap to use kind of as a party speaker for your drunk friends that don't really care what it sounds like. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below on this one. So yeah, I couldn't say I'd recommend this, but you know, it is what it is. It's a Dolphin speaker. You're not going to get JBL quality out of this. They're just a Chinese brand that tries to pump out as many speakers as they can, I guess. So be sure to like and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it today, because it's free. It'll cost you nothing, and I guarantee this channel is worth every bit of nothing or your money back. That's a guarantee. We will catch you guys at the next one. Everybody stay safe. It's been really cold here. I think right now when I'm making this video, it's like -2 with a -20 wind chill. Terrible weather. Terrible. I need to move out of the armpit of America. See you guys at the next one.